If you're like me, then your feeds are currently full of New Year's resolutions and goals. If you're also like me, seeing such things make you feel overwhelmed and behind everybody else. Setting a goal is intimidating because, at least I know from experience, once you set a goal, you actually have to do it. And doing it is hard, especially doing it consistently. So today I thought I'd share some of the ways I struggle with consistency and some of the strategies I've developed to help combat those struggles, especially with my VO business. I hope you can take something away from this, but also, if it doesn't feel useful to you, then ignore them. Consistency only works if the strategies work for you. Struggle number 1: too many goals. When I get on a roll with what I want to accomplish, it ends up being way too long of a list. So, the strategy I have for this is sticky notes. Just sticky notes. There's more to it, but mostly sticky notes. It's my way of doing prioritization visualization. You want to write down all the things you want to do. It could be your goals for the day, for the week, big picture, whatever, but you want to make them into small enough tasks that they're things you could get done in a day or some small amount of time. I recommend making some category columns, right? So on a desk, on a wall, on a board, take all the sticky notes you have of all the things you want to do and categorize them. I have a voiceover column for my own work. I have a fun column because I want to make sure I also prioritize having a life sometimes. And then you're going to take each piece and put it into a now, soon, later. What do you have to do now? What do you want to do soon? What can you put on the back burner? Now, what really works for me with this, and the thing I love and hate the most, is you're going to pick your top 3 for every day. 3 things, that's it. Not 10, like I want to do. 3. Some days you're going to wake up and want to do those 3. Some days you're going to wake up and not want to. But those are the 3 things you're going to do and commit to doing that day. It might get you on a roll, it might not. But it'll help you at least pare down what do you have to do, what do you want to do, and what's the top priority. Even though these sticky notes have helped me prioritize, there is still another struggle. Struggle number 2. Life. Life isn't consistent, and things always pop up that change that beautifully organized plan I have made for the day. So a strategy I've been using to help me with this is time blocking. Time blocking can be done a lot of ways, but big picture, you take your day. You put in what you absolutely have to do. You got a meeting, you got to pick up your kid later, put it all in with time chunked next to it. Then fill it in with what you have to do that day. This is where using your top 3 sticky notes could be helpful. Make sure you put in a break. Put time for lunch. If you're like me and you don't do that, sometimes you get through the end of the day and you're like, why do I feel so bad? Make sure you put that in your time blocking. But one thing that I got from Shauna Pennington Baird, shout out, have a second column. Note what you actually do that day. Because 1, it helps hold you accountable. 2, it helps you see how long things actually take you. One of the biggest struggles I have is when life gets in the way and life happens, I don't know how much time I have to do the things I wanted to do. So if you have a fun invite last minute to go see a friend, if you have an emergency and you're at the hospital, this column, that second one of what you actually do, gives you the permission to be flexible. It's built into it. It's your expectation. Life is going to happen. But you can plan to adjust the plan. Now, I don't know about you, but even with all of these amazing strategies, I still have one more struggle that gets in the way of my consistency. Struggle number 3, I don't want to do it. You ever just wake up in a mood? You don't want to do what you said you do. Even worse, you don't want to do the things you said you have to do. There's a lot of things to be said about this. I think it's part of being a person. You're never going to avoid this mood, this feeling. But one thing that you can do is don't do it alone. With voiceover, there's so many times that you're in a booth by yourself. You are marketing on your own. You are in your own space getting your work done for your personal business. Don't do it alone. Find your people. I have accountability groups. I'm on some Discord servers. I have communities of people that even if I don't see in person, I can reach out to. I can post my weekly goals. I can text a friend and say, you have a goal, I have a goal. What's your goal for today? Let's text each other at the end of the day. I'm working on joining some groups that video call once a week for like an hour. You go on mute, you say what you want to do. You literally just sit on the call so that you can't get up and leave and get distracted. If you're specifically in voiceover and want to hear about some of those groups, let me know. I'd love to share. But big picture, you can do that with anything. Find a way to add people into your goals that doesn't feel intimidating. You don't have to post on social media, my goal is to do this, and then be overwhelmed when you don't do it. Find people you feel comfortable with. Make an accountability group. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that if you do all of these things, you'll magically be consistent with your goals. But what's the harm in trying? So what if you try a strategy and it doesn't work for you? Try another one. The biggest thing I've learned with running a voiceover business is that life will always get in the way. Things will always change, and that can make your life hard. But it also gives you permission to change with it. You're free to change when things aren't working. You're free to adjust when you approach a problem and the way you do it. You're free to change your goal if it isn't serving you anymore. So as you enter this new year, I hope you give yourself the grace to reach high with your goals while also changing as needed. That's the key to consistency as far as I've found. And if you need a voice for any of your 2026 goals, feel free to take a look at my website, melissamickeyvo.com, or send an email to melissa@melissamickeyvo.com. I'd love to work with you. Happy New Year!